Welcome, boys and girls. We're back. We're back from, our respective places.
Yeah, what was it, 2 weeks?
Yeah, it's been 2 weeks. So this is Husky Barboos. Your Huskies Barboos here again. We're really Barboo now. We're really Barboo now. We're honoring that name. That name being honored now.
Yeah,
The full beard going on. I mean, yours is still young blood. Mine is just. I'm going Santa Claus level now, man. Jesus.
Yeah, I keep finding whites coming up around here, so it's coming. It's just
Yeah.
when it comes.
So, last night was, as a recorded time, was an interesting time to be alive in the wrestling business.
Maybe,
Yeah,
a little bit.
every generation gets their white whale moment, and I think this generation just got their white whale moment. It's very
Did they?
apropos. Let me pull somebody out real quick. One moment. Every generation gets one of these. And for those of you who do not have the benefit of video, I am pulling out my Hollywood Hulk Hogan action figure. I always have in the background. NWO. Well, I said Hollywood Hogan, so it obviously goes with the NWO. I know he rocked the yellow and red for a minute, but traditionally speaking, this is the real Hollywood Hogan, like the NWO Hollywood Hogan. So every generation gets one of these, like the heel turn that you never expect to happen. Like just completely blindsides you. Like, wait a minute, what? Am I eyes deceiving me?
Yeah.
And last night, the white whale, the unicorn, the holy of holies, the thing that you thought that would never be, happened. What am I talking about? John Cena has turned heel.
Well, all the
John
good
Cena
ones.
broke bad. He
All the good
broke
ones do it.
bad. This has been 22 plus years in the making. Like, it's been that long since John Cena was a bad guy on TV, on wrestling. And I could not be any more happy.
Why did I have a feeling you were about to say that?
Dude, this is something like all us old school wrestling fans. I've been begging for this to happen for eons, and to have the testicular fortitude, as Mick Foley would say, to do it in your last run, in the tippy top ending of your career, in the bookend of your career. The testicular fortitude of this dude of doing this now, like legitimately, this is his last hurrah. And like, well, if we're gonna pull the trigger, let's just pull it now. Like, who? Like, really? Let's just pull it now. And it was like, and nobody saw it coming. Nobody saw it coming. And remember last year when The Rock did that like 3-second appearance on a pay-per-view, he just did this. And when you do this, that's the hustle, loyalty, respect signal right there. So he was telling you like a year ago, like this is gonna happen, and nobody saw it coming. Like, very apropos for Cena, like, you can't see me. So it was like we couldn't see it because it was like, we were just talking about in my wrestling channel, like that, like, who would anybody had this? Did anybody had this in their in the wrestling bingo cards? Nah. Did anybody had this prediction? Nobody. Nobody. Everybody got blindsided. So for once in a lifetime, WWE is playing chess while the rest of us were just playing checkers. It was a master, and this is what I'm celebrating per se. Like, I'm not happy that he's a heel. I'm just celebrating that this is unpredictable. This is this is uncharted territory as far as I'm concerned. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen. Like, how many times have I
It's
been like stumped? How many times I've been stumped in wrestling? Like, oh yeah,
it's been a while because you even tell me before things happen. You're like, yeah, this is gonna happen. You watch.
because it's like it's paint by numbers booking. Like it's like red goes with red, white goes with white. It's basically that. It's like playing a kindergarten. It's like playing with crayons with a bunch of kindergarten kids. But now it's like, no, we flipped the script on you. Like all bets are off now. All bets are off. Like whatever you thought that wrestling was, think again. It's not what you think. So and I love the press conference at the end that John Cena just comes up, pulls the mic from the mic holder, just drops it and leaves. And then The Rock comes, well, this was cool. And he starts acting like all Dwayne-ish, and everybody like, dude, you just murdered a dude in the middle of the ring. He's like, yeah, wasn't it cool?
Yeah,
He's
buckle
like
up, people.
totally like he's acting out of character. It's like, dude, we just saw you beat the bejesus out of a dude with a weight belt, and to smear his blood over and the weight belt. It's like, yeah, it was cool, right?
You didn't like it?
Oh my
I mean,
god,
come on, you didn't like
it
that?
was pure carnage, and he's just like, I'm all for it. I'm here for it. I love it. Let's do it again. So this brings a bunch of scenarios which I was talking about with my guys. Like, so remember he did the three sign last year when he called Cody out. So that means, is there a third man?
Mm,
Is there a third man in this faction? And please don't tell me it's Travis Scott because that does not make sense. By the way, he beat Cody for real. He gave him Jimmy punched him right in front of everybody for real. Like somebody like, yo, somebody tell this dude this is pretend. This is not.
this is real life.
This is like I would imagine that like Rock and Cena were like, dude, you know we're playing here, right?
I ain't
We're
playing.
playing a part. That's not how we do it in the hood. we beat somebody. We beat them for real. Like, yeah, but like make it look good, but not actually break his jaw. We need this dude in Mania for God's sake. We got a pay per view to sell.
He be alright.
He be alright. Don't worry about it. Just wire that jaw. That's all you gotta do.
He be alright.
So going back to the theory of the sign, the three. So
Mm-hmm.
and I say three because distinctively when The Rock gave him the signal, he did a two. So effectively, that means one is Rock, two is Cena, who's the third guy. Because apparently, by doing the two sign when he did the cutthroat sign, that means Cena is number two. So who's the third guy? So it has to be a surprise. It has to be a good guy. So you have to look at the roster now. Who is a good guy that you will do a heel turn and it will garner kind of the same response as Cena, not as much as Cena because Cena was that's something completely out of left field. Like you would have expected more than Cody to turn than actually see Cena to turn. Like that would have been more expected. It even made more sense in a logical standpoint because of all the pressure that's Cody been lately. And Cody has been giving his signs of turning Homelander.
Yeah.
He's been giving like he's giving some vital signs like, yeah, this dude is not doing well. He's been giving signs like the pressure's getting to him. And I mean, he literally told The Rock and right in front of everybody, "Go f yourself." He said the f word legitimately on the end of that paper. You go f yourself. So so I mean, basically showing that the signs are there that the dude is in distress, but Cody can't be the third guy because he's the one that they're beating up. So he can't be the third guy. So that leaves you the rest of the roster. I mean, Cena's already like the most unpredictable pick. Could it be Roman? Nah, it doesn't make that much
No, it
sense. It
doesn't.
doesn't make that much sense. If anything, I think this is the perfect time to have Roman really turn babyface and set up the thing for The Rock for next year. For next year's WrestleMania, and they can finally have that Rock and Roman match. Because I think everything that's happened to Roman this far is for leading him to turn into the ultimate babyface.
Yeah.
So it can't be Roman. Would it be Seth? Kind of been there, haven't we? We've been there before, and I don't. And although Seth has been a little unhinged, I don't think he would be a guy that will be kissing up to The Rock and Cena, especially after Cena cost him the match last night. So I don't think he'll be like going rah rah for Rock and Cena, and especially after what happened last year. So who does that leave you? I present to you your favorite wrestler,
I was just thinking that.
your favorite wrestler,
Nah, no,
Mr. Phil Brooks,
nah.
CM Punk. And it makes perfect sense, in my opinion. It makes perfect sense to him to sell. Why? Let's examine the evidence. Okay, what did he say in that Raw when he came back? He said off the mic, "I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to make money." That's number one. Number two, he's been the one that pushed Cody the most and recently, and he basically was the one that goaded Cody into saying "Go f yourself" to The Rock. Because I was it. He's been the one that's like been checking on Cody. He's like, "Are you okay, dude? Like, I think there's something wrong with you." Like, he's the one that's been like planting psychological seeds in the mind of Cody, and has been playing these kind of sort of weird mind games, like trying to be his friend, but where he actually said up front, "I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to make money." So that's seed number two. Seed number three, he joined the OG Bloodline and War Games, and he said he did it because he asked for a favor. The person he asked for a favor to was Paul Heyman. Now, how does this Paul Heyman thing tie up with the whole Rock and Cena thing? Well, why did he ask Paul Heyman? Why didn't he ask Roman? Or why didn't Roman ask him? Well, it was Heyman that got Cena. Roman didn't even know about it. We're talking about kayfabe here, okay? We're talking about in storyline. So basically, Roman has been out of the loop in all this. So Roman ain't got nothing to do with this. So the one who's been instigating and orchestrating this whole thing, that was OG Bloodline versus the new Bloodline, and how to get that team assembled, was Paul Heyman. When the Bloodline, when the Rock got introduced into the Bloodline mix last year, remember that Heyman had two phones. One was for Roman, the other one was for the Rock. Are you starting to get the picture?
Yeah.
And when Punk lost in the Royal Rumble, he's like, "It's all good. I still got my favor. I still got my favor." Another tell. When Punk and Cena went in the ring last night in the Elimination Chamber, what did those two do? They hugged.
I mean,
They gave a big hug.
but they also could be playing us too.
No, but what I'm trying to say is that the seeds have been planted. And it makes the most logical sense, following all this evidence and seeing that we already got like the biggest reveal of all. Like, I don't care who the third guy ends up being, it's not gonna surpass the Cena thing, because that Cena thing is like top tier. That's the highest of the high. You're not gonna get a bigger heel turn. And Punk turning heel, it doesn't surprise me because he's always been about himself. So
Man, that
my
guy came
theory,
in heel and he's gonna leave heel. He ain't never gonna be the good guy.
he's never been the guy in the sense of how the company always viewed him, especially back with Minky Juice's days. He was always like, "Well, he's gonna be the main guy, but out of necessity." But Cena is still carrying the company even without the belt. That's how it was back then. Cena's been carrying the company even without the belt, just to show you that Cena is Cena, with or without the belt. And we just gave it a Punk just so his cancellation prize, so he can get his consolation prize, so he can get all his panties out of a bunch. Nowadays, Punk really doesn't need the title per se because he's already a name. He's already an established guy, and also he's in the twilight of his career. Let's be honest. He's my age. He's 40. He's going to be 47 this year. He's my age, and he has the pepper beard just like I do. He's like, although he's in a lot more better shape than I am, but we're both the same age. We're both hatching 78. And I don't really realistically see another championship run on a 47-year-old. You know, a guy that can carry the company at 47. That's not realistic. So, what is the best next thing for him? What he said at the beginning. Not about making friends, it's about making money. And where you going to get that tippy top money if you're not connected to the boss? And in real life, him and Dwayne are actually, in real life, those two are tight. In real life, those two are tight. Same as him with Cena. So when you want to mix all that kind of stuff in, it makes perfect sense that Punk is the third guy. And they've been playing this little thing about Punk being a good guy, and they've been kind of pushing in between. Is he? Isn't he? It's been the game that he's been playing since day one. Ever since he came back in WWE, it's been that thing. Like, is he really a good guy? I mean, he's playing the good guy part, but is he really a good guy? Is he really a nice guy? And everybody always talking about bringing out his past, bringing out all his past current events that he had in the previous company that he came from, which is very public knowledge. Everybody knows, including yourself, that you really love this guy because of all that beautiful stuff he did back in that other company. You just love him. You love you some Punk, yep, in the worst of sense. Like, you would love to him go, like, be tight in the train rails and let a steamy little train going 400 miles an hour go back and forth.
It's like those trains we see by you, just long, heavy.
Yeah, just like pumping. An hour-long train.
That's right.
It don't stop. It just don't stop.
I mean, I had some good mornings with the Punk this week, you know?
So, like, in my opinion, I think that's the way to go. Like, if we're going to make this story make sense, and by the way, kudos to whoever the heck is booking this thing. I don't know if it's Triple H. I don't know if it's William Regal. I don't know if it's The Rock's idea. Cena obviously signed in on it, obviously. He wouldn't have done it if he didn't believe he could pull it off. But whoever signed off on this and whoever created, like, chef's kiss, like, you guys nailed it. You got everybody talking right now. The wrestling world is, like, in disbelief. They can't believe what their eyes have seen. Seen. Like, now you can see him. You really can see him now. Before we didn't see him, now we can. We really can see him. The dude has done turn NWO. He done turn, like, hey, here we go again. There you go. Like, it is a master stroke of genius, and I'm here all for it. And it's not that not that I support the bad guy thing. It's just wrestling needed a jolt out of the stinker that was Vinkium Juice booking for the last 20 plus years. Like, after the Monday Night Wars, like, wrestling just went stale quick. And it was just on a complete creative nosedive. I mean, economically speaking, they were booming economically speaking because they killed off all their competition. There was no more competition. Oh, but TNA, like, seriously, like, TNA is competition like AEW is competition right now. Like, it exists. It's there, but Not the same. Not the same. It is not the same. The only thing that they have in common is that they both have a product that's in the ring. That's basically where the comparison is. After that, it's apples and oranges. It's not. That's not me poo-pooing over AEW, by the way. That it's just it's a different philosophy of business wise. It's like WWE is in a business. AEW is in like an I don't know a traveling circus. That's the best equivalent I can come up with. It's basically a traveling circus
coming to your town near you somewhere
yeah.
in the 2000s.
I mean, yeah, it's entertainment for sure. It's an entertainment, but like if you want to find storylines and you want to find like rhyme and reason with it, like WWE, like get yourself a Netflix account and watch that stuff. Watch it. I mean, and we're just talking about WWE. We're not even we haven't even touched NXT yet. We haven't. Lord Jesus, like like if you had problems thinking about like what's WWE gonna be like when Triple H decides to like there's nothing gonna happen. Like if you give it to HBK, oh Lord, oh Lord, HBK is doing the Lord's work in NXT. He's like this is I would dare say like in 2016 till like the 2019 NXT was in their boom period. Like Triple H could do no wrong in that time frame because that's where Triple H was, you know, getting his wings, getting his bearings in the booking department. Like that's when he started doing his individual booking thing, and that's where he learned the ropes. I wouldn't say learned the ropes. He already had some experience in WWE, but like for him doing that on himself with the team helping him out, that's where he was like showing off what he could do. But Shawn Michaels is in another level, my dude. My God, NXT is just killing it. And now with that deal what they have with TNA, where TNA wrestlers are showing up in NXT and vice versa, it is like the Hardy Boys came out in NXT a couple of days ago. The Hardy Boys. And you got Joe Hendry showing up and guys from TNA, and that's just creating buzz. And again, I'm saying this again. The best female roster in wrestling, period, is in NXT. And Shawn, he can do no wrong. He can do no wrong. He is just killing it. So, like, this is a weird period in wrestling where WWE is in a high level in terms of making money. Like TKO reported that they made billions last year. Billions. Between, obviously, because you got the two juggernauts that are UFC and WWE. Like, of course you're going to make billions. Those two companies, heck yeah. Like, that's a no-brainer. You practically have two printing presses that is just printing money. Just
constantly all day.
Yeah, so obviously TKO, but and not pooping on UFC. I mean, UFC alone can make those billions because UFC, there's nothing to book there. It's just two animals beat the living daylights out of each other in a cage. Go, go, like let the madness ensue. Just let them have it. Whereas WWE is like, hold my beer. Let me show you cinema. Let me show you live form cinema. Because Triple H is taking this to an art form. Like, I mean, I even sent the meme that, you know, that old skit where they told Vince McMahon he was trying to hide Stephanie. Where is that SOB? Where is he? Get him, go. Okay. So, you seen that interview?
I think so. Yeah.
So they put the meme as like Vince McMahon finding out how Triple H turns John Cena heel. Because you know who was the guy who was opposed of turning Cena heel, because Cena's like, I wanted to turn heel a bunch of times. like a bunch of times, but it was never up to me. Like, I just follow orders. I'm just an employee of this thing, man. Like, I just follow orders. I have a boss to respond to. Like, if you ask me, did I want to turn heel? A bunch of times, but it wasn't up to me. So who's the only guy who was the boss? Like, a few days ago, they announced that in the SmackDown team, Road Dogg, well, you know, the guy who we did the intro, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, he's gonna be now one of the writers in SmackDown, and he already had that position before, back when Minky Juice was running the show, and when he was one of the writers, obviously it was not good. The product was not good. So people were like immediately complaining, like, so this is why SmackDown sucks compared to Raw and compared to NXT. This is the reason. So AJ Styles had to come out and defend. Mind you, AJ Styles is not a guy that is on SmackDown right now. He's on Raw. Mm-hmm. But AJ Styles defended Road Dogg and they say, like, y'all done forgot who used to be the boss here? Could it be that there was a reason why probably it looked that it was that bad, and then writers had to come out and say, like, it was hell under Vince McMahon. It was hell because whatever we came up with, he looked at that script, ripped it into shreds, and rewrote the whole show all over again. Like, whatever we thought, whatever we imagined, whatever they said, look, it wasn't that we weren't creative. It's just that he was creative. Like, whatever we thought, he cut it out because it was whatever he said. And if it wasn't to his liking, he was just like, clip.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So they were like, how do you want us to handle this? How do you want us to, like, make something a good product when, you know, it's not up to snuff because this guy just keeps cutting it off? So from going to that's the past. From going from that to where we at now, where we have this unpredictable event of having the face of the company, the guy that was the face of the company for like the last 20 years, turn heel in the most unpredictable fashion, giving us yet again our Hollywood Hogan moment. So, I mean, I know this guy has a very checkered past. The guy, not the character.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, you heard the news. You know what? Booker T came to NXT a few days ago, and have you heard that infamous promo that Booker T cut a few years ago? Hulk Hogan, we're coming for you. You haven't? And then the word we can't say.
Yeah, that's not safe.
So Booker T was coming to take his seat on NXT in the announce table, and everybody was like, "Hulk Hogan, we're coming for you! Hulk Hogan, we're coming for you!" Booker T just started laughing. Oh, memories. Memories unlocked.
Oh, man.
So, I mean, it's been almost a 30-minute rant about all this, but it's just that.
I mean, it was just literally yesterday. I mean, I can't even have a rant about it.
Yeah, I mean, this is the beauty of it, that wrestling is back to being unpredictable. It hasn't been unpredictable for almost, almost 30 years? Like, back in when the Attitude Era was in the highest of highs, it was when it was very unpredictable. Like, you didn't know what was going to happen. And last night was just chef's kiss. Like, and again, I celebrate the fact that I don't know what's going on. Because I was just bored out of my wits with wrestling before, because I'm like, why am I going to watch this thing again? Because I already know what's going to happen even before they do the match. I already know what's going to happen. I already know the end results. I already know, because it's predictable as the day is long. It is predictable as the sun shines and water wets. but not anymore. Not anymore. I'm like, oh, you thought this was gonna be better? Psych. Here you go. There you go. You wanted him, you got him.
I still think that yes, it doesn't make sense for CM Punk to be the third guy,
It makes sense to me.
but can it really just unravel other things? Like, I just know it just seems to me like it's just too easy to guess that it would have been him. That's gonna
No,
be him.
No, because I believe this is the best way to leave it at now as the third guy because you already did the big reveal. Like again, the Cena thing, nothing is gonna top that. I mean, the only thing that would top that is if they bring Minka juice. That would be the only thing that would top it. Like you want to be over the top. Like, wait a minute, hold my beer. Like, wait a minute, hold my beer after this? Yeah, Minka juice is back.
Yeah, not happening.
Yeah. So next, like, I think, all right, the air has already sucked. You know, they already sucked out all the air. That was the gut punch of a gut punches. That was like the punch from Creed 3 when all the sweat was coming out of his back when they punched him in the gut. That was the gut punch from Creed 3. Like, it's done. Like, you cannot suck any more air of it. So after this, it's just going to be a consolation prize. So, like, I was thinking about, like, okay, Loss is not going to be that big, but because, look, again, I'm going to go back again. Drew McIntyre. Like, if it's Drew McIntyre. All right, I mean, it kind of makes sense. All right, I guess. Seth Rollins been there, done it. Has a T-shirt. He's turned so many times heel. It's embarrassing. He's almost Big Show level. It's almost Big Show level of turning heel. So and then pick everybody else in the roster. It's like, who would be the only guy that would create some? I mean, Roman. Nah, it doesn't make that much sense. Roman, it doesn't make that much sense. Like, what would surprise? The Usos.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that much of an impact. You need a guy who does a similar impact.
But Punk is not going to do it.
Yes, it is.
He's heel
not to you because you don't like it. You don't like him.
No. It has nothing to do with that. I don't like him. You're saying that he's heel. Like, yes, they're playing like he's this goody two shoes, but it's really like, are you really going to be surprised if it's Punk?
Not really, but I mean, that's the only guy. But that's not. But to me, that's the only guy that makes sense. Like, if it's somebody else, you'd be like, okay, like you, because I don't think they're playing it safe. That's the whole thing. Punk makes sense,
but it's not safe. Yes, it makes sense. Yes, it makes sense.
But it's not
to
safe.
Me, it's not safe.
Good. They're not playing it safe. I just don't
think it's just yes. Okay, maybe
They're not playing it safe. They already got seen as the bad guy. That's not playing it safe.
Yeah, but it's just, to me, he just makes no sense to make it him. Yes, it looks that way, dude, but it just does not.
Into anger, you already hate the dude.
I'm not even.
Let's make it official. Let's just make it official.
No, it has nothing to do with that. I'm just trying to think of, like,
you already hate him. Come on.
If you do the
have the whole universe hate him.
Everyone does hate him. I don't need to. You know, he doesn't need to be.
Not everybody.
Well, you like everybody. You like everybody.
Nah.
Yes, you like everybody. That's not true. Because you look at it as the art part, the artistic part.
I'm more open-minded. Let's just say that I'm more open-minded.
I am open-minded.
Like everybody. You're open-minded with getting his behind whooped. That's what you're open-minded.
I mean, if I could borrow Rock's belt real quick, you know?
And it won't be any 3 latchings either. You'll be like, destroy him. Like, I will not stop until I see bone out of his flesh.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I just think there might be a bigger picture. I just think there might be a bigger picture.
So who you think is what? They're gonna get Rikishi back? They're gonna get the
No,
whole
no, because
bloodline in it?
the Rikishi is
It's a
it wouldn't
third
make a
guy.
big
Like
blow.
the sign is 3, so it's got to be a third
Yeah,
guy.
I'm not saying there isn't going to be a third guy, but I really don't think it's going to be Punk. Yes, it makes sense after this whole 30-minute rant of what of it's going to be CM Punk. I just me my gut is not it's telling me that it's not going to be CM Punk. Now, yeah, I thought about it when I said before. Yeah, I was thinking about that, but thinking it more, I
Okay,
just don't see
give
it
me give
being.
me who could be the third guy then. Give it to me.
I just it might not even be a guy on the roster right now.
Huh. Because it can't be Jacob. It can't be Jacob Fatu because it's like, didn't he just got here?
That's my guess. I don't think the third person is on the roster.
No. I mean, you know what would surprise me if it's MJF from AEW. But then again, a good majority of people were like, "Who's this dude again?"
Well, that's what I mean. Like
It can't be. It has to be somebody that's known. Like if you tell me Edge all of a sudden decided to come back, I can kind of see it. But Edge is tied. Edge is already tied in a multi-year contract with AEW, so it can't be Edge. I mean, again, look at the caliber of guys that is like Rock, Cena. Who you gonna get? Stone Cold?
no, Stone Cold is recovering from double knee surgery. He ain't coming back.
So like, we're talking about pillars, icons.
Yeah, and I really don't think he's on the roster right now. We're
Like it can't be like no disrespect to McIntyre, no disrespect to Seth Rollins, but like let's be honest here. Like in comparison, they're not in the same level. I'm sorry.
no, they're not. I mean,
Compa-
they're great
in
showrunners
comparison,
and to write stories about and keep the company going, but
like in comparison, like comparing them to Rock and Cena, I'm sorry. Like you guys are good, you guys are great, but let's call a spade a spade. You guys are not in their level. You are not in their level. So it got to be a top tier guy now. Am I saying Punk is in their level too? Not really. I mean, as great as Punk is in terms of his accolades and what he's accomplished in the wrestling business, let's be honest. Like, we know more about him from his extracurricular activities than we actually know about the wrestling stuff. You know what I mean?
no comment.
I'm just saying what you're thinking. I'm very nicely saying it. I'm cleaning it up. But you know that's exactly what you're thinking.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, right. And it is so funny that I'm the one that's doing that kind of thing, because usually I'm the one that's like being very nice to Punk, like and yeah, usually I am the nice guy. Usually I'm the nice guy with Punk.
Usually, it's every time.
Usually,
Every
usually I'm the
time.
nice guy, but I guess today we're flipping the script. I'm the one that is saying like, yeah, the dude got his past. He's got a checkered past. The dude got his stripes in his back. You know, in which again makes the most perfect sense, because let's play with the guy's weaknesses. Let's play on that. It is the one, and then again, that could also be a swerve. Now, looking at it from another perspective, that could also be the swerve, because it is so damn obvious that it has to be him. Then they're just like, no, we're making you think that this is the bad guy. Psych, we're gonna go for somewhere else. But then again, who is in that level? Who is in that level? Who could be the third pillar on that team?
What about Taker?
Of corporate sellouts? No, but it has to be someone. Undertaker?
Yeah.
Undertaker's retired, dude.
That's the perfect thing.
He's retired, and he was one of the guys that helped Cody last year. But then again, Cena was one too. So we go dude.
You said it has
Inception.
to be an icon. It has to be someone.
But it has to be someone that's still kind of lingering in the game.
Yeah,
that's
but
why
he's been out of the game since 2020. who's to say that he wasn't like taking his time? Yeah, okay, yeah, I'm retired, but then realizing, look at how WWE has been growing since Vince left. Who's to say he hasn't been preparing himself for just one last match? Because he was not happy
Hmm.
with his last match.
No, his final match he was happy with because it was against AJ Styles. The
Oh,
the
that
one
was
he had with AJ, the cinematic
this,
match.
yeah.
He was happy with that one. I mean, he would have wanted it better to end it up in the ring, but I mean, under the circumstances, his physical condition as it was back then, plus the whole eventually because that was just when COVID started. It was a difficult time. So under the circumstances, it was the best case scenario for everyone. And also, AJ Styles can have a wrestling match with a broomstick, and it would have been a 5-star match because AJ is that damn good. But that was AJ 5 years ago because COVID was like 5 years ago. So that was AJ 5 years ago. AJ is now 48. So that's we're talking about 5 years ago. So he was like in his what 44, 43? Yeah, 44, 43. So he was a lot younger. Now he's not the same as you can if you see AJ wrestle recently. He's not that doing that many aerial moves as he was doing them before, because dude ain't getting any younger. You know, he's getting long in the tooth. In the 50s is no joke, my friend. Like it don't matter how good conditioning you got. Ask the Undertaker. He was trying to pull as much as he could, but at the end of the day, your body's just gonna say, "No, my friend, not today, not today." So, again, like you just look at the list of guys that you think that could be a potential. I'm sorry, to me, the guy that makes the most sense is CM Punk. Now, I could be wrong. I'm not.
I'm not.
I'm not a
Listen,
guru.
this is podcast. We're just throwing things at each other. Yes,
Yeah, I
but
could be wrong.
I
Your
my
gut
gut is
tells you.
telling me it's someone that's not on the roster now. Now, can it be the Undertaker? Maybe, but it he really doesn't need to do much.
Now, all of this is fantasy booking, by the way. Like
Oh,
all of this is
I mean
just
that's all we do is fantasize around in this
it's just
podcast.
fantasy booking. But again, in Papa H we trust.
Oh, of course, but I
it's
just
it, it's been it's been cooking. It's like it's on all cylinders. And Triple H said he gave us a hint in the weekend when he landed the WWE jet, private jet in Toronto. He said like this is gonna be an earth shattering weekend, and boy, he was not lying. He did not lie. He delivered on that one. Like now, WrestleMania looks like what are you gonna do to top this now? Like you just shattered the earth into a million pieces. What are you got? What is the follow up to this? Like you destroyed the wrestling landscape in one sweet blow. What are you gonna do now to leave people like? And also, let us remind ourselves that last year they gave us a pretty much the Avengers Endgame, and then with that WrestleMania match with Cena, with everybody just showing up like the Avengers Endgame. What are you gonna do to top that? Like it just gives me intrigue because like these dudes have been cooking in all cylinders now. It's like, oh, you ain't seen nothing yet.
what about? And this is just me because I was thinking as you were talking. What about Goldberg? He said he wants one more last match. He's at he's up there to turn heel. When has Goldberg ever turned heel?
He did in WCW, but that pretty much don't count because it was so stupid.
He did say, and I kept reading things there and there that he wants one last match. And
Yeah,
why
but
not have one last match that you don't have to carry the weight of the match?
yeah, I mean, I could see him like joining the Rock, but would that really impact everybody? Because look, every right now the perception, and again, this is a very Minky Juice thing to say. Remember, he used to use this phrase: "Perception is reality." He used to use that phrase a lot back in the day. Perception is reality. the perception that Goldberg has is that he's not even Goldberg anymore. He's Oldberg. That's the perception right now. He's Oldberg. Oldberg.
So why not have one last match to show them that you can still do it?
Like, he could have a match, but like, if you've seen his last matches, like, with the exception, I think the last good match that he had was against Drew McIntyre. It was but it was in the Thunderdome days. You know, when they had to do like the LED lights with the fans showing up. I actually wanted to show up on one of those SmackDowns and Raws. You could have done it for free.
Yeah,
I wanted to show up,
but to
but
get that, it's like a 1 in a million chance.
yeah, it was like a lottery ticket.
Yeah.
It was like hitting the lottery. Like, you might as well have wasted that time and play the lotto. Anyways, like, yeah, Goldberg definitely has the pedigree. He definitely has the recognition. He was once in a lifetime guy, but the perception of him as of late is not that he's that great anymore. Like, he did a lot of things to lose his luster. That not necessarily him. It was more Minky Juice booking, because all those ideas were Minky Juice days, and was pushing him too much to the point that we're putting him with people that couldn't protect him as well. You know, you had to put him there with guys that could protect him, that make him look good. So, like, for example, him wrestling with Undertaker. No disrespect to Undertaker, but we have two guys that are past their, time that they were a bit more useful. Like, Undertaker, 20 years younger, could have carried Goldberg easily. But Undertaker was also in a position that he was a part timer, and his body was like, he had that problem with his hips, so he couldn't help Goldberg. And also, Goldberg just concussed himself right before the match by hitting himself with a post. So Goldberg was not in the best state of mind in that match either. So that's the reason why that match in particular was a cluster, to say the very least. The cluster, explicit word afterwards. But I mean, Jesus, this whole podcast has just been wrestling.
Okay,
I mean,
there's nothing much else going anyway.
No, but after the earth-shattering thing that happened yesterday, I'm like, could you expect any less? Like, yesterday was earth-shattering. I mean, I shared the meme earlier today about, have you seen that meme has been going around, the dude, an old geezer fronting a rock band, like a garage band, that he looks like he is just tripping, you know what? He's just far out there.
Yeah,
He must be like in outer space. And then I just put the caption below, like, my reaction after watching the Elimination Chamber. The dude's like, he's like, ugh. He's just out there.
It pretty much is like that when it's like that guy when Taker lost, and he became the whole meme for everything. That he's just looking right out. He's like, just that face. So that's when I saw that on my Instagram feed, I was just like, yeah, this is what we're talking about today.
Yeah, look, I'm just gonna send you the meme I created. I just send it to you, so you can see.
Oh yeah, hair flying.
Yeah, that was literally me when I saw it. I was like, what? I mean, when I saw him hug Cody, and then the change of his face, the facial expression.
You mean like what I just sent you?
Let me see. Oh yeah, that, like, going from I'm happy, and then like he went like I mean, he looked like the Unabomber. I'm sorry, he looked like the Unabomber. He looked like the Unabomber. I'm sorry, he just looked like murder. Murder.
Okay, well, this has been fun.
I'm not saying he's a Unabomber. I'm just saying the attitude. Oh my God. We're just gonna get investigated by the FBI now.
Yeah.
Cash Patel, take it easy on.
wrong with you, man?
I I think we return to the times where there's a sense of humor into this, that people don't take it that seriously.
Yeah, but you gotta be careful.
Is sense of humor coming back?
Mm,
Like irony, is irony
it's a
making a
toss up.
comeback?
It's a toss up.
Let's just end it there. Okay.
Yeah, let's just end it there.
Ah,
Oh,
let's not go nuclear.
just so let me just say you're right on the podcast after I keep telling you what I sent you early like yesterday that
Hmm.
the John Wick character is
Oh
officially
yeah.
he's dead.
Oh yeah,
And this is
yeah.
from the mouth of Keanu Reeves.
Keanu confirmed that John Wick has,
Another one bites the
taken
dust.
his last hurrah after a couple of the movie's now 2 years old now, right?
Yeah, but we sometimes go back to it because things come out and But I just wanted to
I mean,
just
the character is gonna show up now in Ballerina,
yeah, but
but that's a
not like
flashback.
not like
That's a flashback scene,
he
like
pretty
when he
much
was
says his
still.
knees are. He wants to do it, but his knees are like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, no, he said the spirit is willing, but his body, like, dude is in his 60s now, so. I mean, that's. I wish I looked that good now. I wish I looked that good
I
now.
mean, dude's single, not married, no kids.
No, he has a girlfriend.
Does
He
he?
has a girlfriend.
Oh,
Yeah,
she's
he
like
has a
80 though,
girlfriend.
right? So it's like
No,
she's
she's
up there.
she's his age.
No
She's his
way.
age.
No
Yes,
way, bro.
yes. She just doesn't dye her hair. She doesn't do the makeup thing. She doesn't dye her hair, but she's his age. She's his age. It's just
Yo.
that the dude is low key now. Like he does movies because it's like he is the most low key guy, low maintenance guy on earth that happens to be a freaking movie star. He's just low maintenance. He doesn't own a car. He doesn't own a car. He rather rides buses or take the train. Like he doesn't want to have cars. He doesn't like to presume. So, like that some of his money that he got from the Matrix movies back when they were in Red Hot, he just gave it away. He
That's
just
crazy.
gave it away because he's not about being possessive with stuff. Like he's happy. Like, do I got a crib? Do I got a bunch of basses that I can just play at home because he's a bass player?
She's
Like he
51
just
years
loves
old.
what?
She's 51 years old.
So she's younger than him.
She's 9 years
She's
younger than
younger
him.
than him. She's younger than him. Yeah, and she doesn't dye her hair. She doesn't dye her hair. She just has all white.
That's why I was just like, this dude, what is he doing with like this
He
viejita?
doesn't care. He doesn't care. Like he loves the person. He just loves the person. Like this is a dude that like he's already been through life. Like he's experienced things that we have yet to live by. We have like, and I'm closer to his age than you are. I'm, I'm closer to his age than you are. Although we were born in very different decades, but I'm close. This year I'm getting closer to 50.
You be alright.
Yeah, no, I'm not that worried. Age is nothing but a number. I'm actually in a better shape. I mean, I got a clean bill of health a few weeks ago after I did my physical. Everything is actually getting normal.
Nice.
So, and my doctor said this is the best you've been in years. Ever since she's been seeing me, she's like, this is the best you've been in years. Like everything is going down to normal levels. So, like whatever you're doing, keep doing it. So I'm actually, and I do feel better, a lot better. I feel with a lot more energy. Before I was like, existing is hard.
Yeah, but a lot of it, and I say this myself, a lot of it got to do with that job too. You're not stressed.
Oh, well, we're not gonna delve too deep into that, but yeah, let's just say the stress factor is done with. Let's
Yeah.
just say that the stress factor is done with, and I love my I unironically and on sarcastically, I love my job. Okay,
I did
no.
too back then. I don't know what you're talking about.
Anyway,
Bless you, sir. Bless you.
you know
Bless you.
exactly what.
Salud.
Hadouken. Abu. Don't let me.
That
Don't
little
let me
kid.
finish that sentence.
That little
Don't let
kid
me
is
finish that
also
sentence.
no. That little kid.
Oh god, Abu what? Anyways, so let's just wrap it up here because we're gonna end it on a little not not discombobulated as we usually do. So let's just end it here
Okay.
so it can be nice. Have a nice bookend because those endings usually are like train wreck city. So
I don't know what you're talking about.
we can go to the Big E endings and just go on big beefy man. Like because you haven't seen that. You haven't seen that meme? Oh my god, that's one of the best. Is like he started making the other guys of the New Day laugh. Obviously, it was back when the New Day was actually the New Day. He was like, "You guys love your 5-star matches, not me. I just want big meaty men beating each other. It's a big meaty man fighting. Big meaty man. That's all I want. Big meaty man slapping me." And there we go.
You messed everything up,
And
man.
there we go. And there we go.
We were good, and then you over here messing things
And
up.
there we go. It reminds me of Ricky Bobby. Everything Chicha said, you just wrecked it right now. And then
Remember our podcast. Yeah, our Instagram, TeePublic.
Yeah, you go ahead and say I'll shut up now.
No, you can finish it.
No, I'll shut up now.
No.
Or do we let
keep,
Hogan?
No. You just keep on the path. Keep on the path. I got us there. Just keep on it.
Oh, Lord Jesus. Anyway, TeePublic always at 30% off.
30, 35.
Yeah, there's always something
out
there. Yeah, our website, huskybiblepod.com, where all the previous episodes are there. Social media, HB, yeah.
HB Media.
What is it? Yeah, HB Media or Husky Bible Media. Yeah, Husky Bible Media is okay. And also our personal social media is that Ariel Duran and Johnny Roy 426. 426. Anyways, thank you for watching and listening. And take care. Till
Peace
next
out,
time.
everybody. Have a good week.
Bye.